Hello everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Yesterday we have started with Microsoft Excel 2010 and today I am going to continue with the same, that is Microsoft Excel 2010. Yesterday we have covered two chapters, that is chapter number 1 and 2, and today we will going to cover chapter number 3 and 4. So let's take a quick review of the previous class, that is yesterday's class, that is chapter number 1 and 2. In the last class we have discussed what is the syllabus, means what is the content of the Microsoft Excel 2010, means what are the chapters available in Microsoft Excel 2010. There are basically 8 chapters. And yesterday we have covered first 2 chapters, that is managing the worksheet environment, creating cell data. Today I am going to cover chapter number 3 and 4, that is formatting cells and worksheet data and managing worksheets and workbook. Then we have also seen just the overview of the MS Excel 2010. What is a worksheet? Basically worksheet is a grid of rows and columns, and workbook is a collection of worksheets. Means whenever we open the Excel, a workbook will be opened and that workbook contains 3 sheets. Sheet 1, Sheet 2, Sheet 3. That are known as worksheet tabs. And we can change the color of the tab, we can rename the sheets, means we can do the modifications, we can do the editing in the sheets. So whenever we open the Excel, a workbook will be opened and that contains multiple sheets, and the sheet is the combination or the grid of rows and columns. Then there is a term managing worksheets, means how to insert a new worksheet, how to delete a new worksheet, and how to rename a worksheet. Simply, whenever you do any management on the worksheets, right click on the worksheet and do any operations like insert, delete, rename. Then we covered how to manage the worksheet content, means how to select the contents of the worksheet, entire content of the worksheet, how to select an individual columns or rows, how to size a column or row to fit its contents. Then we have also seen how to manage the data entry, means how to complete the data entry by pressing the enter button, by pressing the arrow keys, whether there may be a left arrow, right arrow, down arrow, up arrow, and the tab keys to move the cursor from one location to the another location. Then we have started with chapter number 1, that is managing the worksheet environment. I also showed the interface of the MS Excel, means what is a worksheet, what is a work tab, what is the ribbons, what is the scroll bar, what is horizontal scroll bar, what is the formula bar, what is the name box. In this chapter we have covered chapter 1.1, that is navigating through a worksheet. Then we have covered print a worksheet, means how to take the printout of a worksheet or workbook. Then we also see how to personalize the Excel environment, means how to create the environment or how to customize the environment for the Excel. Then starting with chapter number topic number 1, that is how to navigate through a worksheet. Navigation means movement from one place to the another. There is a go to command, that is a go to. With the help of go to, we can jump to the desired location directly. For example, if I want to jump to the formulas, we can jump by using the radio button, that is the formula. Then we also see how to move by one cell, means we have also covered how to move by one cell by using the tab key, by using the arrow buttons, that may be a left arrow, right arrow, up arrow, or the down arrow. Then we have also covered how to move one screen, means how to use the page up and page down to move up or down, how to use the Alt plus page up and Alt plus page down. Then how to move to the edge of the current data region, how to move to the next non-blank cells, means these are all commands that are available for navigating the worksheets, means how to transfer from one place to the another place. These are also contents available for movement. Then 1.2 is printing a worksheet or workbook, means how to print a worksheet or the workbook. First topic is printing part or all of a workbook, means we can print either some part or we can print the entire workbook that contains multiple worksheets. This says an Excel workbook can contain many separate worksheets of data. You can print part or all of the individual worksheet, a selected worksheet, all the worksheet that contains content at one time. Means we can select or we can take the printout of the entire worksheet or some selected worksheets. These are the steps that are available to print a single worksheet. Then there is a term setting page breaks. Means how to set the page breaks for the printout purpose. Means how to set the page that I want to print in Excel environment. There are two types of page breaks. One is hard page break and another one is soft page break. Whenever we do the breaking of the page, breaking of the Excel sheet manually, that is known as hard page break. And whenever the automatic page ends and the new page begins in the worksheet, that is known as the soft page break. Means whenever automatically done, that is soft page break, and when manually done, that is hard page break. So we have covered how to set the page breaks. Then we have covered how to insert a manual page break, means how to insert a hard page break. Then we have covered how to delete a manual page break. We also covered how to delete the entire manual page breaks, how to print the grid lines and headings. Simply click on the checkbox that is available in the page layout tab of the sheet options group, and then grid lines will appear or disappear depending on the checkbox that is enabled or disabled. Then we have covered how to print the pages with the header and footer. Suppose I want that the printout that will be coming contains the header as well as the footer. So there is an option that shows that how to print the header and footer in the margins in the Excel worksheet. This is the header that is available for printout. Then how to insert a header or footer, means how to insert the header or footer in the MS Excel 2010. Then 1.3 is how to personalize the Excel environment. In simple terms, how to use the Excel options that are available by going to the file option and by clicking on the options button. This is the Excel options. There are multiple options like general, formulas, grouping, save, language, advanced, customize ribbon and quick access toolbar. These are the two most important for customizing the Excel options. Then add-ins, trust center. So these are the advanced options that are available in Excel environment. Then how to customize the ribbon and quick access toolbar. First of all, how to customize the ribbon. Go to the customize ribbon. You can either check or uncheck the tabs that are available on these options. When you uncheck, that tab will not be available on the screen. When you check, that tab will appear on the screen. Then how to minimize, how to expand the ribbon, how to hide a ribbon. Then we have also covered how to customize the quick access toolbar. First of all, we have covered how to customize the ribbon, and we have also covered how to customize the quick access toolbar. Simply click on this one and you can add or remove. You can also jump from up or down, means you can scroll up and down by using these two buttons. Next, working with versions means how to work with the different versions, how to automatically save within the 10 minutes, that is covered in the working with versions. Then we also discussed how to change the autosave frequency. So that's all for the chapter number 1. We have also covered chapter number 2, that is how to create the cell data. Means how to create the data that is available for the cell, how to enter the data. This chapter contains 3 parts. 2.1 is construct cell data. Second one is apply autofill. Third one is apply and manipulate hyperlink. So let's start with 2.1. In 2.1 we covered how to construct the cell data, means how to cover the data of the cell to construct multiple features. This topic includes paste special feature that is used for pasting. Instead of using the paste, we can use the paste special feature. With the help of paste special feature, you can perform mathematical operations when you paste data over existing data. This is the paste special. Then we have also covered how to insert and delete the data. Simply click on the insert. You can either insert the rows, columns, or you can insert the rows above or the below, and you can also insert the sheets. Then we have covered how to delete. Simply click on the delete and choose the desired option, whatever you want to delete, either row or the column or the sheet. Then how to insert the empty cells. Whenever you insert the cells, there are multiple options which are already appears. One said shift the cells right, another one says shift the cell down. Means whenever you insert a new cell, what is the effect for other cells, whether they are moving right or whether they are moving down. These are the steps available, how to insert rows or columns, then how to insert the cell, then how to paste copied or cut text cells into the inserted cell, how to delete the selected cells. Then in 2.2 we have covered how to apply the autofill, means how to apply the autofill in the Excel. Means whenever I have written 1 and I have to fill whole series from 1 to 10, then how to click on the series, how to use the linear growth date autofill, that is covered by using the autofill option. There are 4 types of autofill and these 2 are more important. One is linear growth date autofill. Then 2.3, that is the last topic. In that we have covered how to apply and manipulate the hyperlink. Means how to use the hyperlink. Hyperlink is basically used for navigating from one page to the another page. Means maintain the linking so that whenever I click on the link, a new page will be open so that I can maintain the brief history of the data. Means there is no hodgepodge on the sheet, on the page. We have covered only single content, single theory, single topic, and the detailed version is available in another sheet, and that detailed version is linked with the short form, that is the main point, and that is done by the hyperlink. This is how we can use the hyperlink. The color automatically changes to the blue and the text is underlined. Whenever I click on this, a new page will be opened. This is how to create a hyperlink, how to modify the hyperlink, how to change the target of an existing hyperlink, how to remove a hyperlink. So these are the topics available. Then that's all for yesterday's session. Now I'm going to start with chapter number 3 and 4. That is our today's agenda. Chapter number 3 is formatting cells and worksheets. As the name advises, formatting cells means how to format the cells and how to format the worksheets that is available in the Excel 2010. Formatting means how to change the font style, font size, and in the same way how we can format the worksheets, means how we can give the rename, how we can use the tab color. So all these contents are available in chapter number 3, that is formatting cells and worksheets. This chapter contains 6 topics. 3.1 is apply and modify cell contents, means how to apply and how to modify the contents of the cell, how to use the different formats, and how to modify the formats that is available in the worksheet environment. Then 3.2 is how to merge or split cells, means how to merge the different cells into the one cell and how to split the cells into the multiple parts. So this is the second topic that is covered, that is merge or split cells. Then 3.3 is how to create a row or the column titles, means how to create a row and the column titles. Then 3.4 is how to hide or unhide the rows and the columns, means how to hide different rows and how to unhide the rows and the columns. Then 3.5 is manipulate page setup options for worksheets, means how we can manipulate the page setup for printing purpose, that is available for using the printout. Then create and apply cell styles, means what are the styles available for cell for applying to the cell. Now I'm going to start with 3.1, that is apply and modify cell formats. Formatting cell contents. By default, the font used for entries in a new Excel worksheet is Calibri. This line says by default means the inbuilt automatically whenever I open the worksheet, the font that is available is the Calibri. But you can use the same technique you would use in any Office 2010 to change the font and the following font attributes. These are the attributes for the font, and this is the font that is Calibri. Various attributes include size, style, color, underline. Size means whether it may be in 10 inches, 12 inches, 13 inches, 14 inches, 16, 18, 20, 22, and so on. And the style includes bold, italic, underline. Whether the content of the cell is bold, italic, or underline. Then there is another term that is color, means what is the color of the cell. You can choose any color that is available in MS Excel 2010 for the cell. Then you can also underline the content for the cell. You can change several attributes at once in the Format Cells dialog box. This line says you can use all the attributes in only one dialog box that is available for the cell. This is the dialog box for the format cells, means how to format the cells. There are different options available. There are different parts. One is font, another one is font style, another one is style. So there are multiple options available. One is font, font style, style. Font is whether I am using Calibri, I am using Times New Roman, I am using Virginia. And style means either I can use regular, italic, bold, bold, italic. Size means 10, 11, 12, 14, 16. Color means what is the color of the cell. Underline means I can underline the content. And there is also a preview that is available for the formatting which I have covered, which I have done for the text. There are different effects also available. One is strike through, then superscript, then subscript. Means I can strike through on the text, I can superscript, I can use the subscript. Whenever I do all the formatting, simply click on the OK button to show the formatting on the content. Inside you can see the preview. You can see the preview that is available in the Excel for formatting the cells. Next one says you might want to apply the following. Means you can also apply these types of formatting on the cell. One is text wrapping. As the name advises, text wrapping means wrap the text in the cell. Whenever I press enter, automatically on the same cell the content will go in the next line. This cell, by default, Excel does not wrap the text in a cell. Means whenever you type, they will be typing in a one row. Whenever you want to wrap the text, you can use the wrap purpose. You can click on the wrap text and the line automatically wraps in the cell. Instead, it allows the entry to overflow into the cell. Means overflow means beyond the cell, the word will be, the text will be written to the right if that cell is empty or hides the part that won't fit if the cell to the right contains its own entry. This says means whenever the content is so long for a cell, then it moves to the another cell, or it can overlap, or it can overhide the other part of the cell if there is no wrap text option available or checked. To make the entire entry visible, you can allow the cell entry to wrap to the multiple lines, which increases the height of the row. Means whenever you want that whole content will be available in only one cell, you can simply use the text wrapping option. Then there is a alignment. Means there are basically 4 types of alignment. That is left, center, right, justified. Left means the whole content will be moved to the right. Left means the whole content will be moved to the left. Center means the whole content will move to the center. And the justify means the whole content will adjust automatically so that they look in a single line format. So that different words, different purpose or different characters, different words can be shrink or increase the size to increase the text. This says by default text is left aligned. This is most important part. Means whenever we open any application, by default the text is automatically text left aligned and the numbers are right aligned. This is one of the important lines. This says text, whenever I enter the text in the cell, that is left aligned, and whenever I enter any number, that is right aligned. So text is always aligned to the left and the numbers are always aligned to the right. You can specify a particular horizontal alignment, and you can specify whether multi-line entries should start at the top of their cells and go down decentered, or start at the bottom of their cells and go up. Then there is another part, means there is another part to apply the formatting of the cell. By default, entries are horizontal and read from left to right. You can rotate entries for special effects or to allow you to display more information on the screen or a printed page. This capability is particularly useful when you have long column headers above columns of short entries. Means you can use the landscape or the orientation that is portrait. You can either use orientation that is portrait or the landscape for the printing purpose. Then next topic is how to format all the characters in a selected cell. Go to the Home tab, click the buttons in the Home group. Means if you want to change the setting, simply go to the Home tab and click on the buttons that is available for the Font group. Next topic is how to format some of the characters. This is all the characters, this is some of the characters. In the formula bar or in the cell, select the text, means select the character for which you want to apply the formatting. Second point says, same point as this one, go to the Home tab, click on the buttons in the Font group. Means click on the buttons that is available for Font group. Either you can use the bold, italic, underline, or any formatting that you want to apply for the text. Or click the buttons or the mini toolbar that appear. I discussed yesterday what is quick access toolbar. That is the mini toolbar that is available, and sometimes different fonts are also available. Formatting options are also available on that part. Then how to allow the entries in a selected column to wrap. On the Home tab in the alignment group, click the wrap text button. Means how to wrap the content in a cell. Simply press the or check the wrap text button so that the wrap text will automatically wrap in the cell. Then how to format the cell fills and border, means how to use the border and shading to make them stand out. First of all, this topic is over how to use the font. Let's see in a practical way how to use the font style or the font options. Let's example, I am opening a workbook that is a Excel. This is a workbook, this is a title bar, ribbons, tabs, and so on. Suppose I want to do the formatting for this cell. Simply, first of all, go to the font dialog box. The same dialog box will appear. There are multiple options. One is font, border, fill, protection. You click on the border tab. You click on the font tab. You can either use any font, Calibri, Verdana, and so multiple fonts are available. By default, the font is Calibri, and multiple styles. You can use the italic, bold, italic, underline. When you press, then automatically it will be the bold one. If you press only italic, it will be italic. And whenever you want to increase the size, simply press on this one, and this will automatically increase the size. This is how we can use the font option. There are multiple effects also. You can also underline the text. Whether you underline the text in a single line, double line, single accounting, double account. If I press double, then automatically double line will arise over here. If I press on strike through, a line will appear on the text like this one. Right. If I press superscript, it will move upwards. And if I press subscript, it will move downwards. And this is the color available. You can change the color. If I use red color, that will automatically, that characters is in red color. This is how we can use the font buttons. There are options also available. You can bold the text from here. You can italic. You can underline from here. There are multiple options: double underline, single underline, single underline. You can also increase or decrease the font from here. So this is the maximum size which I am using. You can also decrease the size from here. Increase or decrease. So this is a grow font or increase font. This is a shrink font or decrease font. This is the fill color. You can fill the color at the background like this one. This is the text color. You can use the any color for the text like green. So these all characters are in green color, and yellow color means how to fill the color at the background of the cell. So this is how we can use the formatting by using the font option. Now next is how to format the cell fields and borders, means how to use the borders that is available in the Excel environment. How you can give the border to the table or the cell. You can format cells by using borders and shading to make them stand out. Make them stand out means make them visible effectively and efficiently. You can add predefined borders or custom borders of various styles, colors and thickness to a single cell or to a multiple cells. Means you can also predefine, you can also add the border, custom borders of various styles. There are multiple styles available for border. You can also use the color border. You can also give the thickness to a single cell or to the multiple cells. You can apply solid colors, gradients and patterns to the background of one or more cells as creative ways of delineating structure and drawing attention to key information. Means you can simply use the border for giving the information that is available for the cell for doing the formatting purpose. Now let's see how to change the color of a selected cell. On the font home tab in the font group, which I have already discussed, click the fill color button, which I have just told you that how to use the fill color button to apply the active color. In the font group, click the font fill color arrow, then click a theme color or a standard color in the palette. Means you can simply use the fill color and you can use any color for filling the cell, means filling the background of the cell. Then next one says how to add a border to a selected cell, means how to give the border to a cell that is in current condition or that is currently available for formatting. First one says go to the home tab in the font group, click the border button. There is a border button that is available in the font group. You can click on the border button to apply the most recent border. In the font group, on the border menu, click the border you want. Means click on the border which you want. Either you can opt for the down border, up border, middle border, or you can use any formatting for the border purpose. In the font group or in the border menu, click the border you want. Or means either you can use all or the about 2 steps, or you can use the 3 steps. In the font group, on the border menu, click the draw border, means you can use the pencil. When the cursor changes to a pencil, drag to draw border lines and boxes. Means whenever the cursor converted into the pencil, you can draw the border and press the escape to turn the draw border function, turn off the draw border function. Means whenever a pencil will come, you can draw the border, and if you want to simply delete the, or you can simply done the task, click on the escape and the border, the draw pencil option will remove automatically. And the next topic is how to set the row height and the column width. First of all, let's see the practical of this part, that is how to use the border. And in the next slide we have covered, we will cover how to set the row height and the column width. If you want to give the border of this box, simply click on this one, go to the home tab, go to the fonts group. This is the border option. You can use any type of border. You can use outside border, thick box border, all borders. If I use thick box, so this is the border that is applied. Suppose I want to apply the border on a range of cells, means multiple cells. Simply go to this one, click on this one, and this will be the border that is available. You can also draw the border. Simply click on this one. You can draw the border for these cells. This is border you can draw. You can draw the border. You can draw the border. Draw the border. Draw the border. Means and press the escape key to remove the pencil. Means either if you can use these options or you can use the draw border options. There are multiple borders also available. You can use these types of border. You can use the color also, red color. If you can use these types of border, this border, outline border. If you want only this border, and press on the OK. So this is the in red color. The selected part is in red color. So this is how we can apply the border to the Excel worksheet. Next, how to set the row height and column width. This says, this is the important line, this says by default worksheet rows have a standard height of 15 points. 1 point equal approximately 1 by 72 inch. Means Excel row have a standard height. As I told you in the last class, rows have a height and the columns have a width. So row have a standard height of 15 points and their height increases or decreases to accommodate the number of lines in their longest entry. Means we can increase or decrease the size or the height of the rows. And this says by default worksheet columns have a standard width of 8.4 characters. So means worksheet rows have a standard height of 15 points and the worksheet columns have a standard width of 8.43 characters. So row have a height of 15 and the columns have a width of 8.43. You can always use the Excel to adjust the column to fit to the longer entry or adjust it on a manual basis. So this is the how we can use the by default usage, that is row height and the column width. Next is how to change the height of a selected row. Drag the bottom border of the row heading up or down. Means you can drag the bottom row or the bottom heading for the row up or down to move the cursor, or you can go to the home tab in the cells group, display the format list and then click on the row height, or in the row height dialog box select the specify the height you want and then click on the OK. In the same way, how to change the width of a selected cell. Similarly, you can drag the right border in this. You can use the bottom border because rows are in horizontal nature, and you can drag the right border because the columns are of vertical nature. And then next point says, or click on the home tab in the cells group, display the format list and then click column width, or then go to the column width dialog box, specify the width you want and then click on the OK. How to automatically size a row? Simply double click on the box whenever a 4 arrow will appear. In the same way, double click the right border of the column heading on the home tab in the cells group, display the format list and then click auto fit column width. Means either you can go to the home tab, or in the simple way you can double click on the column heading and the automatically width of the column adjusted. This is 3.1 topic, means how to format the cell, how to format the worksheet environment. Now let's see in a practical way how to change the row height and the column width. Suppose this is the row height. If I press on this is 8.43 width. This is a by default width. And if I press on this is a 15.7. If I press on this is 15. Because I change it. Remember, I change it when I write. This is my file, and this is the standard width. This is the standard width. I change all. This is the standard 15, 15, 15, 15. Because I formatted these content, that's why its height will change automatically. But the by default width is 50. And if you want to increase or decrease, simply press on this one or press on double click, automatically it will be adjusted like this one. And if you want to increase the height, press on this one, this one, this one, automatically height will increase. Now see, what is the height? 90. What is the width of the row? What is the width of the row? That is 25.57. This is one option. You can use the mouse to simply increase or decrease the height and width. But if you want to use the home tab, go to the cells or go to the format cell styles. Simply use the format, and these are the different options available. Row height, so where the cursor is blinking, that gives the row height of that cell. Suppose this is my cell. I want to choose the row height. This is 50, and also column width 8.43. You can increase or decrease the width by auto fit. If you press on auto fit, it will automatically adjust. Suppose my cursor is over here and this is in one cell. I want to auto fit by using the home tab. Click on this one, auto fit. This is a column, so auto fit column width. So this will automatically increase. Means simply press on double click, or you can use the format automatic column width. This is how we can format the column width and the row height. Then 3.2 topic is merge or split cells. This topic says how to merge or how to split the cells. Merging means merging two or more cells together so that it looks like a heading. Suppose I want to prepare the result for the students, right? And if I want to write the heading result for the student for the session 2014-15, so that will available in only one cell, but I want to place the row, to place the position for the cell in a full row, means merging all the cells and place the heading in a multiple row. So you can use either two options. You can merge and center. So this option merges the cell across the selected row, means whatever part you selected, on that part the whole cells will be merged, and centers. This will also center the data from the selected cell in the merged cell. Then you can also use the merge cells. This option merges the cells across the selected rows and columns, means whatever you selected, you can simply merge the cells and maintains default alignment for the data type of first cell of the merged cell. Means you can use the default alignment for the data type that is used for the merging the cell. This is how we can use the merge horizontal cell. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is merge. There is no cell. There is no cell. This is how we can use the vertical merging. There is no cell in the vertical part. There is no cell in the horizontal part. There is no cell in between. This is the merging. Next, how to merge? Simply go to the home tab. In the alignment group, click the merge and center button to the center and bottom align the entry. Next, how to split a selected merge cell? On the home tab, click in the alignment tab. Click the merge and center button, means same button. Display the merge and center list and then click unmerge cell. Means you can merge the cell as well as you can merge the cell. Simply go to the home tab and click on the alignment group. You can either use merge and center button, or you can use the merge or the unmerge cell by splitting the cells. So splitting means unmerging the cells. Merging means converting the whole cells, whole rows into the one cell. So let's see in a practical way. Suppose I want to write result for the students session 2014 -15. 50. So this is my heading, and I want to merge the cells. Simply select the part to which I want to merge the cells. Suppose I select it from A to R. Go to the Home tab, click on the Merge and Center. There are multiple options available. Click on the Merge and Center. When I click on this one, this entire row will be merged and the content will be in the center. So simply click on Merge and Center. This is one cell only and the content is available in the middle or the center. And you can increase or decrease the size for this cell, for this row. You can use any formatting over here. This is how we can merge. Suppose I want to unmerge the cell. Press the whole cell, click on this one, click on unmerge cell. This will split the unmerged cell into the single cell. So this is only one cell. And if I want to merge, press on this one, merge and center, this will be merged to the one cell. This is how we can use the merging and the splitting, that is unmerging the cell. Next is how to create the row and the columns heading. Means how to create the heading that is repeated at the top of the rows and columns which is repeated at the left. If a worksheet you will print spans more than one page, you can select an option to print the row or column headers, also known as titles, on each page. This is how we can use the page setup, how we can use the header and footer on the sheet. Next is how to print row and column titles on every page. Go to the page layout tab. In the page setup group, click the print title button, means click on the print title. On the sheet page of the page setup dialog box, in the print title area, click in the rows to repeat at top box. Then in the worksheet, select the rows containing the column title you want to print on each page. Means select the rows and the columns which you want to print on every page. Then third point says click in the column to repeat at the left box. Click the column that you want to repeat at the every page of the sheet whenever I take the print out. Now let's see in a practical way. Go to the page layout, then go to the page setup group. This is a page setup group. This is the print title. You can use the first row to be repeated. Suppose I want to repeat this first row. First of all, I unmerge the cell. Go to the page layout, print title. Click on this one. Use the first arrow. Automatically the reference will came over here. If you want the row, press this one and this row only. So whenever I can move or I move from one page to another, this first row and the first column will appear always at the top and the left portion of the worksheet window. Suppose I move to the next cell. If I take the print out, Control P, this will automatically, like this one, this is the fifth page, this will appear automatically. First row and the first column. Means this will be fixed for each and every page. There are 18 pages and the fixed column, fixed cell, fixed row and the first column is automatically fixed. This is how we can print rows and columns on every page. Means we can set any row or we can set any column. There is no compulsion that only first row and the first column. You can use any row or any column to print on every page whenever you take the print out. So this is how we can do. Simply go to the page layout tab, go to the page setup group and click the print title buttons. Next 3.4 is how to hide or unhide rows and columns. Means how to hide the rows and how to unhide the rows. Hide means how to hide means the sheet or the row is not appear to the user, and unhide means the row will appear to the user. That is unhiding the rows. This is most important thing, like this one. D and E are hidden columns. Simply right click on the selection and then click hide, or go to the home tab. In the cells group, display the format list. In the visibility section of the format list, point to hide and unhide and then click hide rows to hide the selected rows, or hide columns to hide the selected columns. The simple method is right click the selection and then click on the hide. In the same way, to unhide, select the columns or rows on both sides of hidden columns and rows. Right click and then click on the unhide, or you can select the cells or columns, rows or columns on both sides. Go to the home tab, go to the cells group, display the format list, and then use the hide and unhide for the rows and the columns. Now let's see in a practical way how to hide and unhide the rows and the columns. Suppose I want to hide the B. Simply click on this one, click on hide. Then A, C means B will be hidden. If I unhide, then automatically A will arise or B will arise. Like this one. This is how we can hide. Simply press on, right click, hide, B will be hide, unhide, B will come in. If I want to hide the rows, right click, hide, third row will be hidden. Right click, unhide, you can also unhide the rows. Simply select the columns and you want to unhide, click the unhide, automatically the column or the row will come. This is how we can hide. Another option is that go to the home tab, go to the styles or the cell style, go to the format, you can hide from here. Hide rows, hide columns, hide sheet, unhide rows, unhide column. Means you can simply right click, or you can go to the home tab, go to the cells group. This is the cells group, go to the format, go to the hide and unhide. Three 3.5 is how to manipulate page setup options for worksheets. Means how to make the changes so that printout will come in a simplest way, how to move the or how to scale the worksheet manually or allow Excel to scale it for you. This says you can control the layout of a printed worksheet not only by defining a print area and inserting page breaks, but also by changing the page margins. Means you can change the page margins to display on the printer. You can scale a worksheet manually or allow Excel to scale it for you by specifying the number of pages you want the printed worksheet to be. Means you can either use manual way or you can use the automated way for specifying the page margins for the worksheet. This is the page setup box. You can use the margins. Either you can use the orientation portrait, means in a column format, landscape means in a row format. This is manual scaling, you can adjust. This is automatic scaling, means the printer or the page setup or the worksheet automatically adjusts. This is the options available to customize the paper options, like you can either use the letters, A4 size, A3 size and so on. How to change? Go to the page layout tab. In the page setup group, click the margins button. Means first of all go to the page layout, go to the page setup group and click the margins button. In the margins list, you can do the following. Click on the standard margin setting, means automatic setting, or the custom setting means manual setting which you want, and you can specify the top, bottom, row margins and click OK. And how to change the height? Go to the home tab, same page setup group, margin button and then click custom margins. Then you can specify the dimensions for the header and footer area and then click OK. In the same way, you can change the page orientation by using this one. So this is the page orientation, this is the margin, this is the header footer, this is the sheet. So this means page setup contains 4 tabs: page, margins, header, footer, sheets, and you can change according to your requirement. Let's see in a practical way. Go to the page go to the page setup. This is the page setup. There are multiple options: page, margins, header, footer, sheet. If you want to use the customize options, you can use the option and you can change from here. You can either use the legal size, you can use the executive size, you can use executive over here, or you can use the landscape and portrait presentation. You can set the margins by clicking on this one. You can change the header options. Right, you can take the printout. I can change the header, means there is a margins available on every page. Right. So it means you can set every margin. You can use the cursor, you can use the header and footer like this, then bye-bye. Okay, print preview, this, then by, means automatically the header will came. In the same way, we can set the footer also. Click on this one, give the footer page number 1. Okay, and if you use the printout or print preview, so this is page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and so on, multiple page numbers. So this is how we can use the header and footer by the page setup option, and there are multiple options also available. You can use these options. This is how we can use the page setup button. Last topic for this chapter is creating and apply cell styles, means how to create or how to apply the different styles that are available for cell. There are multiple styles available. You can apply a style by simply go to the home tab. In the styles group, go to the styles group and click on the cell styles button. In the cell style gallery, means there are multiple options, there are multiple variable or multiple options available for the cell styles gallery, and then click on the style that you want. This is how the styles gallery or the cell styles gallery will appear. Let's see in a practical way. If I want to give the formatting to this cell, if I'm writing this is my file, if I want to give the formatting, right, go to the home, go to the cell style. You can use like this one. This will be changed. Let's see. If I use this one, this will be changed. If I use this one, then automatically the formatting will change. Like this. If I press OK, automatically the formatting will apply. So this is how we can use the cell style. There are multiple cell styles. You can use the new style. You can give the format. You can use any style that is available, or you can use the new style. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. When you click, automatically change. If you press, then automatically the movement will stop. So this is how we can apply for this. So that's all for chapter number 3. So that's all for chapter number 3. Then chapter number 4. So let's take 5 to 10 minutes break and come back, and then we cover chapter number 4. That is managing worksheets and workbooks. So let's take 5 to 10 minutes break and come back. Now let's start with chapter number 4. That is managing worksheets and workbooks. As the name advises, managing worksheets. This chapter says how to manage the worksheets and how to manage the workbooks. Management means how to use different methods so that worksheets will be managed, how to rename, how to use the tab color, how to secure the sheet. So all these chapters, all these topics are covered in this chapter. This chapter contains 3 topics. 4.1 is create and format worksheets, means how to create and how to format the worksheets, which are already covered, means how to give the formatting to the worksheets. But before this, in 3rd chapter, I have covered the formatting on the contents of the worksheet. But in this chapter, I will cover the topics, means how to format the worksheet, not content of the worksheet. Then 4.2 is how to manipulate the windows, means if there are multiple windows that is open in an Excel environment, how we can manipulate or how we can use different methods to view the windows in different formats. Then 4.3 is how to manipulate the workbook views. There are multiple views available like normal view, page layout view. So 4.3 is how to manipulate the different views of the workbook. So starting with 4.1, that is creating and format worksheets, means how to create and how to format the worksheets. Workbook commonly includes multiple worksheets for a single or project or purpose. The first worksheet might display a simple summary of the more complex data presented on other purpose specific worksheets. Means the first worksheet always contains a summary of the complex data that is presented for the other purpose. You may hide, you may move or copy the sheets within the workbook. So this is how we can create and manage or format the worksheets. Another paragraph says, whenever a workbook contains several sheets, it is helpful to change the names of the worksheet tabs to reflect the worksheet contents. Suppose I am maintaining the result, so I can give the sheet name as the result. If I am maintaining the records of the student, I can give the sheet name as records. You may also assign different colors to the tabs to categorize them and to make them easily distinguishable, means different from each other. This is how we can give the sheet names like summary, all data, Washington, Oregon, California. Next is how to copy a worksheet within a workbook or to another workbook. Means how to copy a worksheet so that it can be moved to the another point or it can be moved to the another workbook. In simple terms, we can copy the worksheet within the same workbook or within the different workbook. Means we can copy either within the same workbook by jumping from one sheet to the another, or we can use to or jump to the another workbook. How to copy? Simply right click on the worksheet tab, means the worksheet which you want to move or copy, right click on that tab and then click on the move or copy. In the move or copy dialog box, if you want to copy the worksheet to another workbook, means if you want to change the workbook only, then select the another workbook, select that workbook in the to book list. This is the list that is available for the workbooks. Third point says, in the before sheet list, click the worksheet you want to position the copy before. If you want to insert in the same workbook, then give the position, means before which sheet the sheet will be inserted after moving the location. Then fourth point says, select the create a copy checkbox and then click OK. If you want to create the copy for the worksheet, then simply click on the checkbox that is create a copy checkbox and then simply click on the OK button. Next point says how to reposition a worksheet within a workbook. Means how to change the position for the workbook once it is moved to the location. In the move or copy dialog box, click the worksheet before which you want to move to the current sheet and then click OK. Drag the worksheet tabs. Means whenever I want to reposition the worksheet, simply drag the worksheet with the use of the mouse and paste wherever you want. Then next is how to hide a worksheet. This is another topic. First of all, let's see the practical way of the move or copy. Suppose this is my sheet. I rename these sheets. First of all, I rename. This is the summary. If I want to rename, this is result. This is class. Right. If I want to move the summary sheet, right click on the sheet, click on the mover copy. This asks to do two book list, means you want only this book, this is book 1. You want to move the selected sheets into the book 1 or to the new workbook. I select book 1. Then it says you want to insert the summary sheet before which sheet. Either you can insert this sheet before the result or before class. If I press class, the summary sheet will be moved to the this part, means before the class sheet. If I move to the end, it will go to the end. If I click on move to end, let's see. This summary will move to the end of the part. Again move to the copy, create a copy, and now I want that before class, before the sheet class, the summary sheet will arise. If I create a copy, this will appear over here as well here. This is the second copy of the summary sheet. This is one copy, this is second copy. So this is how we can use the move or copy sheet. And if I want to reposition, simply drag and then drop, drag and then drop, drag and then drop, drag and then drop. Means simply press the left key of the mouse, then drag the sheet and then drop wherever you want. Then how to hide a worksheet? Right click on the worksheet tab and then click on the hide. That sheet will be hidden. How to rename? As I told you, right click and then rename the sheet. How to assign a color? Right click and use the tab color to choose any type of color. Let's see in a practical way. Right click, tab color, give red. This will be in the red. This will be in the red. And if you want to hide the summary sheet, click on the hide. That will be hide. If you want to unhide, click on unhide. It will ask which sheet you want to unhide. Click on the summary. Okay, this will be unhidden sheet. Right. Then 4.2 is how to manipulate the windows or window views. Means how to manipulate the different views of the windows. First one is freezing and splitting windows. Freeze means you can freeze the contents of the window so that it cannot be moved when you scroll from up to the down or down to the up or the left to the right or the right to the left. In simple terms, you have to freeze the content so that it cannot be moved whenever your cursor moves up, down or the left, right. This is the hidden row, hidden ribbon. This is the split bar. This is the separate scroll bar. This is the split bar inactive. Then how to freeze the first row or column of a worksheet? Go to the view tab in the Windows group, click the freeze space button. Means go to the view tab in the Windows group, click the freeze space button and then click freeze top row or freeze first row. Means you can freeze the either the top row or the first column so that it can be freeze and the column headings will arrive automatically on the printout whenever you use the printout. Then how to freeze multiple rows. This is how to freeze only the first row. Now let's see how to freeze multiple rows. Select the row below or column to the right of those you want to freeze. Means first of all select the entire rows or columns which you want to freeze by clicking the row heading or the column heading. On the view tab in the Windows group, click the freeze space button and then click freeze space. Means go to the view tab, go to the Windows group, click on the freeze space button and then click on the freeze space. And if you want to freeze only first row, click on the freeze top row or first column. And then how to unfreeze means how to release the freezing so that it will be moving whenever we move from up to the right or the left to the bottom or up to the bottom or left to the right. Simply go to the View tab. In the Windows group, click the Freeze Panes button and then click Unfreeze Panes. In the same way, whenever you freeze, go to the View tab, click on the Freeze Panes. In the same way, then click on the Unfreeze Panes. And how to remove a split? Double click the split bar or drag the split bar to its original location to the at the top of the right hand of the scroll bar. Next topic is how to display multiple windows. But before this, I want to show the practical of how to freeze and unfreeze. Suppose I want to freeze the first row. This is my first row. Suppose I'm returning this my 5. And this is the first column. I want to freeze it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. If I want to freeze, go to the view, go to the freeze pane, freeze top row. This will be the freezer. If I move downwards, the first row remains the same because it is freezed, and the another rows will be moving down. Right. If I freeze first column, the first column will be freezed, and if I move right, then automatically first column will be freeze, means fixed. It cannot be moved whenever my cursor moves to the right. This is how we can freeze the top row and the top column. If I want to freeze the entire columns, simply click on, first of all, click on the freeze panes. If I want to freeze the entire range of cells, freeze panes, freeze pane. So this will be the fixed. If I press on this one, from A to I, means from this to this part, this will be freeze. Whenever I move, A to Z columns will not be moved from left to the right. If I go downwards, this will remain the fixed. So there are multiple options, means you can either freeze top row, first column, or you can freeze the range of cells which you want. And if you want to unfreeze, simply click on unfreeze and this will be unfreezen. Now if you press arrow, then automatically it moves, because it is not freeze right now, and it will also move downwards. This is how we can freeze or unfreeze the range of cells or the entire column or the entire row or the top row or the entire or first column. Next is how to display multiple windows. You can open multiple windows that all display the current spreadsheet and then arrange these windows in a variety of ways. There are many ways to arrange the windows. It can be in tiled form, it can be in horizontal form, it can be in vertical form, or it can be in cascade form, means one over the another. Now let's see. Click on the new window. This is one of two. New window, new window. I am choosing 4 windows. Simply arrange all. There are multiple options. You can use tile, horizontal, vertical, cascade. So this is in cascade. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you use horizontal, this will be horizontal row form. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you use tile, this is in this form. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tiles form. If you use vertical, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how we can arrange the multiple windows on the same screen. Next topic is 4.3, manipulate worksheet views or manipulate workbook views. There are basically four types of views. Views means either it may be normal, page layout, or page break preview. In this, there are only three types of views. There are three types, that is normal, page layout, and page break preview. From the view toolbar at the bottom of the program window or from the view tab, you can switch among three views of a worksheet. In simple terms, you can switch from one view to the another. Simply click on the bottom of the window. There are three views. Now let's see what are the three views. First one is normal. Normal means the window is displayed in a normal format. The worksheet is displayed in the window at 100% magnification or at whatever zoom level you select. Page breaks are indicated by black dashed line. Means in the normal view, whenever we use the page break, that will be indicated by the black dashed lines. Then there is a page layout view. This view appears when we take the printout, that is the printout or the page layout view. A ruler appears at the left edge of the windows next to the optional row headings. Then there is another view, that is page break preview. The entire worksheet is displayed in the windows with page breaks indicated by bold blue dashed lines and page number displayed in the center of each page. Now let's see in a practical way what are the views of these windows. How to display a standard view? On the zoom toolbar, click the normal, page layout or the page break preview button. There is a toolbar that is known as the zoom toolbar. Either click on one of the view. You can use either normal, page layout or the page break preview buttons. This is a zoom toolbar, this is normal view, this is page layout view, this is page break preview. This is a normal view, this is page layout preview. Means how to give the page layout preview. This is how we can give the printout and how we can use the print preview. This is page number 1. Okay, and if there is another page, that is page number 2, this will show the page break preview. This is how we can get the printout after giving the print command. So there are only three types of view: normal, page layout, and the normal, page layout, and the page break preview. This is normal, page layout, and the page break preview. Now next topic is how to customize the worksheet environment. As the name advises, customize means change according to our requirement. So this topic includes how to customize or change the worksheet appearance. While you are developing a worksheet, you might want to see grid lines and the rows or column setting to efficiently move among cells. But if you distribute the final cell, you can turn off the grid lines and heading for a cleaner look. How to hide or display the grid lines? Go to the View tab. In the Show Group, select or clear the group grid lines checkbox. Means if you click on the checkbox that is available on the View tab, that is grid line checkbox, the grid lines will appear. If you uncheck, the grid lines will not appear. Next point says how to hide or display rows and column settings. Go to the View tab, go to the same Show Group, select or clear the headings checkbox. There is another checkbox along with the grid line, that is heading checkbox. If you give the heading, that headings will come. If you uncheck, that headings will not come to the checkboxes. This is how this is without the grid lines. Now let's see in a practical way. Go to the View. These are the grid lines button. If I click on this one, there is no grid line. If I check, there is a grid line. Let's see again. If I uncheck, there is no grid line. If I check, there is a grid line. If I check on heading, there is no headings like A, B, C, D, column name and the rows name. If I click on this one, there are multiple columns name and multiple rows. If I click on this one, the headings will go on. If I click, headings will come. If I click on grid line, the lines will remove. If I again check, lines will come. This is how we can use the headings and the grid line. In the same way, we can also access that formula bar will not appear. Click on the formula bar checkbox and this will not appear on the screen. Next topic is how to change the zoom level. Means how to change the level of a zooming. So how to increase the standard format, how to increase the percentage for the worksheet window. From the zoom toolbar at the bottom of the program window or from the zoom group on the view tab, you can change the zoom level of a worksheet in a range from 10% to the 100%. You can zoom the entire worksheet or you can select a range of cells. Means you can either zoom the entire worksheet or you can select the range of cells which you want to zoom from 10 to the 400%. How to zoom? How to change? On the zoom toolbar, click the zoom out button or the zoom in button as I told you in the MS Word. How to change the zoom level dynamically? Use the zoom slider to move the left or the right, or set the zoom level to a specific percentage. Give the percentage, click on the percentage box. Now let's see in a practical way. This is the zoom out, zoom in. This will be decreased. It will also be increased. In the same way, this will decrease. This will also increase. But with less than 10, it will not show, and before 400, it will not show. So the minimum amount is, minimum length is 10% and the maximum is 400%. If I click on this, this will increment it by 10%. If I click on this, this will decrement it by 5%. And this is a zoom slider button. We can also slide over here. So there are multiple options. Either use this option, or you can use the zoom slider options. This topic I have already covered in the MS Word 2010. So this is how we can set the zoom level. Click on the view tab, zoom group, zoom button, zoom toolbar, zoom level button. Either you can rotate. And one more thing, either you can double click or you can go from this location to another location. I'm repeating again, double click, use either this one or this one. Use this one, you can either go this one, 200%, this is increased. If you want to give customer according to you, if you want only 250, give the 250. So this is 250 percentage. So this is how we can give the percentage to the zooming buttons. So that's all. Thank you so much everyone. Any questions? If you have any questions, then please text the question and I will answer you. But before giving the question, just take the quick recap of what we have covered today only. There are two chapters which I am going to cover. One is formatting cells and worksheets. This contains 6 topics. First one is apply or modify, merge split, create rows, hide, unhide, manipulate, and create and apply cell styles. So first is how to apply the different formatting, different fonts to the cells. Then this is the format cell box. There are multiple other options, that is text wrapping, alignment, orientation. This is how we can change the border, the height. The height for the standard height is 15 points and the column width is 8.43. How to change? There are multiple options. There are multiple points available. How to automatically size a row. Next topic is how to merge or split the cell. Simply click on the merge and center button. Then how to merge, there are multiple steps. How to split, there are multiple steps. 3.3 is how to create the rows. How to hide or unhide the rows and columns. There are multiple steps, multiple options, multiple points available. How to unhide, there are multiple options available. How to manipulate, there are multiple options available. You can change the page margins. You can change the header and footer. You can change the orientation. You can also create, next topic is create and apply cell styles. There are multiple cell styles available. These are the cell styles. So this is, we have covered in the chapter number 3, and the chapter number 4 is managing and worksheets and workbook. This contains 3 topics: create and format worksheet, manipulate work window views, and manipulate workbook views. So first is create and format worksheet, means how to create and how to format the worksheets. This is how we can give the name and the tab color. There are multiple steps available: how to copy a worksheet to an entire worksheet, or to the same workbook, or to the different workbook, or the new workbook. Then how to reposition, how to hide, how to rename, how to assign a color. Then 4.2 is how to manipulate the window views. If there are multiple windows, how we can arrange, either arrange in the tiled form, or horizontal form, vertical form, cascade form. And then 4.3 is how to manipulate the workbook views. There are 3 views: normal, page layout, page break preview, and how we can use 3 views. How to display our standard worksheet view, that is normal view. Then how to customize the worksheet appearance. And last topic is how to change the zoom level. You can either use the zoom sorter button, or you can increase or decrease by the 10%. These are the steps available. Thanks a lot, everyone. Now, if you have any question, then please text the question and I will answer it. That's all for the today's session. Tomorrow, we will discuss chapter number 5 and the chapter number 6 of the MS Excel, that is Microsoft Excel 2010. So thanks a lot, everyone.